Good evening once again. I hope people will be joined. No issue. We'll start up with our classes. So today's session is regarding what is deployment architecture of QRadar. Okay, I think Atul is joining. Okay, it's okay. I think most of the persons have joined. That's great. So today's session we are going to have what is a free trial of QRock. So before going for that, what is QRock? We will discuss. There are some deployment architecture is there for QRadar, and we'll have what is QRadar and how it will work and all in this session. Okay. See first, there is an option called QRadar Rock. Rock is called on the cloud. The QRadar on the cloud is called QRock. This is QROC means QRadar on the cloud. So there is a facility is providing by IBM for a field, you can say, how to understand your QRadar and for that those purpose this IBM is providing a field like architecture of your QRadar in a cloud, so that you can understand the basic UI, that is user interface of QRadar over the cloud. So for that, it's a free trial of 14 days. You can do as much of as analysis on QRadar. You can understand what is QRadar and how it looks like, and what are the things that can be taken into consideration regarding QRadar. So first we'll do one thing along with the class. Today's class is basically it's a deployment architecture. We will talk about this deployment architecture, followed by simultaneously we'll do some QRadar 14 days trial configuration, so that if you people are not having the best configuration to install your home lab, or you can say you are not interested to purchase something like cloud based installation, so you can do this analysis during the classes, and whenever I'm giving some assignments and all, you can do this. Okay, so that you can use this particular QRadar for analysis purpose. So how to do QRadar 14 days trial? First of all, so it's quite easy. Just type in a Google QRadar 14 days trial. That's it, nothing specific. IBM QRadar 14 days trial. You will get the first link, that is called https://ibm.com community QRadar trial. Just click over here, first one only. So it is giving something called start your QRadar trial. To join this QRadar trial, you required one mail ID and one phone number. That is, phone number is not mandatory, but mail ID is mandatory. But here it is saying once it is used by one mail ID, and after 14 days it automatically expires, you will not get that feature on that same email ID. So that's the reason I am requesting you guys, don't use your personal ID, so that it will not be work after some 14 days and all, for the sake of this particular QRadar Rock. So I'll explain something called temp mail. There is something called tempmail.org is there. Just use one temporary mail ID. See, it will create some temp mail. So this is my temp mail. Just copy first to your sticky notes or something. So I'll keep it over here, and the following by the inbox will be right away here only, here itself. So I'll go towards start a QRadar trial. So at this point, at this place, just place your this particular temp ID, so that it will be very helpful for you. Once it is over means you can it's not required permanently, so that's the reason I'm taking it as a you can say temp mail ID. So I'm giving some name, David John, something like. So I'm giving a basic password, admin@12345. So like that. Please understand, this is quite easy. Just click the start trial, you will get this. You can type your personal mail ID also, but if you are using this personal mail ID after 14 days of trial, you cannot use once again for this QRock. That's the reason I am using this temp mail ID, tempmail.org, from where I am taking a temporary mail, and it will be helpful for another 14 days only. After that you may not require this. So I have given something like admin at 12305, and India I am giving something like Goa something. Just I press next. It is something like, see, here it is asking some phone number. It is not it is mandatory, but it is not required. You can give any number, which I know this is not used by anyone. This is, no one is using this number, as it is a deactivated number. I am a student, I am saying, and I press next. Over here you need to provide the verification code from your temp mail. So I hope this temp mail, yeah, see, this temp mail has been reached here. Just check the verification code. There it is. Sorry, yeah, here is the mail. Just copy this code. I have copied. Just paste here. Check whether there is any space is available, else it will not take it as code. See, if you wanna do something called, you wanna get information from any updates and all, you can check, other you can uncheck this thing and you go towards continue. So you need to accept the privacy, so just press proceed. So from here it will take some around 5 to 10 minutes for the creation of this particular QRock account. First of all it will create, followed by it will give some profile where you will get that I'll stay here only in see, QRock on the cloud. This is QRock, QRadar on the cloud, free trial preparing. If you click over here, you can get option called, it will take something like 5 minutes, and followed by it will give some set of order details and all. Order details is, though it is a free, but the order details as you are requesting, that's why it is showing something like order details, and you can see entire who are the things that can be do, and how to upgrade this free trial to commercial license, or you can say commercial QRock. So those will be provided here. So it is taking some time, so we'll wait till the time we'll have a discussion of deployment architecture. So basically QRadar is an application which is used for SIEM tool, that is a security information and event management. As a log analyzer, it has a enhanced facility of log analysis. It integrates correlation as well as AI to have so much of visibility. You can say it has a vast visibility towards your you can log. If you are finding some log, suppose I am taking something like this log, so it has some meaning. For every log it used to have some meaning. Over here if you see there is something called TCP port scan. If you are taking as a TCP port scan, so it will find out automatically by using some correlation rules, or you can say custom rule engine. If there is a rule defined with respect to this, it automatically creates some alerts with respect to this particular event name, or you can say by category, or you can say it is an attack, or you can say by source IP. If you are adding something like source IP in a blacklist as a reference set, it automatically picks up and it will give some alert towards that. So there are so many features available in QRadar. So what is it actually, how QRadar looks like, and what are the things you require to install, and what are the basic requirements, whether it is a software or a hardware or a both combination, how it looks like, and what are the things that can be taken into the consideration. We will talk about those things today. So QRadar deployment. So if you talk about QRadar deployment architecture, QRadar it is a basically software along with an hardware. Basically it is an appliance. Earlier it used to be as an appliance. The IBM used to provide this as an appliance earlier. Appliance is a combination of software along with considerable hardware. It means that the software maybe requires so much of processing capability as well as RAM capability as well as some storage capability. According to the software, they used to provide some hardware, you can say, set of properties. It should have this much of configuration, something like processor, hard drive, or you can say SAN, or you can say it's something like it should have this much of something 64 gigs of RAM, something like. So it has some earlier it used to provide, then followed by they are started providing some appliances, something like on physical they used to provide appliance right away. Also they are providing some appliances. That means they used to provide a box which considerable it automatically installed with some QRadar software along with hardware as well as. So and there is an option called you can also install your QRadar in your own hardware. If you have an hardware, you can install in your hardware also. And they're also providing some virtual machines with respect to your requirements. See, if you require all-in-one product as a virtual machine, they will directly provide. But for this, you will not get directly as a downloadable file. You have to contact QRadar team, or you can say IBM support team, to provide this kind of virtual machines. At the same point of, there is something called cloud. You can install your QRadar on your own cloud, something like Azure, and you can say there are so many clouds are available. As I know, there is something called Azure. One thing only I know, and there are so many available. So out of which you can use anything. So and there is something called finally cloud based, having a ROC, that is called QRadar is self. It is providing by IBM, that is IBM QROC, that is QRadar on the cloud by on is IBM cloud. So there is a separate cloud is available for IBM. They will provide the application over the cloud, so that you can integrate your logs to that particular cloud, and all that logs can be seen through UI at your location, or you can say they will provide some tunnel, or you can say there are some mechanism is there, so they will provide something like. So this is a basic structure. One is physical. In a physical, there is one thing called appliance, which is having both software as well as hardware, and something called own hardware. If you have your own hardware according to their requirements, see, they will provide some configuration setup. If you want to use QRadar all in one, suppose in one location, so your hardware should be have offset of these configuration. And if it is you are using something like event collector, then you should have something like this. So before going the what are the major, see, I'll take some text file. What are the major components that are having in a QRadar? If we are coming from the top, or you can say bottom, I'll come from the bottom. First is called event collector. Event collector. What is event collector? By name it is giving that it used to do event collection from all the log sources. You can say it may be any server, or you can say any desktop or any client, from where it is start collecting the logs. Second is called event processor. So what it will do, it after collection of this log, it will pass to some set of rules, and there are some set of things are available. So it will parse to each and every configuration settings and all. So followed by it will give some meaningful data on console. That is what called user interface. Got it? First is event collector, event processor, or you can say console, that is user interface. Sometimes you can say master console, or you can say user interface, or you can say admin console, anything. So this is for event, that is for logs. At the same point of time, there is an option called for everything for network, that is for flow processor. And at the same point of time, there is something called flow collector. So what are the things that can be kept in a separate? You can keep all these services in one box, that is called all-in-one. QRadar all-in-one box, all-in-one box, or you can say software, you can say software, or you can say application or anything. QRadar all-in-one software, which includes all console, event processor, as well as event collector, or you can say there are some configuration or something else, all application integration, all those, whatever. We will talk about those things very just in near future only. So we can also consider like all in one box. This is a what we can consider, this is a full set of one appliance where your entire thing is in one box. There is something called distributed environment. According to the requirement of the organization, sometimes people may want events processor to be in one data center, event collector to be in one data center, console to be in one data center. Yes, that is possible. So you can keep console separately, event process and flow process separately, event collector as well as flow collector separately. No issue, without any problem you can do those things. Okay, so if you go and see in our traditional installation, where you can consider for appliances and all, you can say if we talk about appliances, there are some by default there are some boxes. By default, if we talk about any box, they used to have some number. See, if I consider this is 3109 and 3149. See, this 31 is giving something called all-in-one plus, it is the meaning of this 31 specifically, this 31 and XX. You can say this 0949 is common, that differs, but this 31 is remains same. So I am considering this 31 XX is all-in-one with distributed option. There is something called 21XX, that may be 2109 or 2139. There are so many boxes, just I am giving an example. This is exclusively all-in-one, okay, all-in-one, and it has some meaning. 09 means it may have something like along with only with octa-core processor, octa-core with HDD, with Ethernet channel to SAN. Over here, if it is something like hexa, you can say dual octa octa-core with SSD with fiber channel to SAN. So over here, this is a basically this 0939 is basically considerably hardware configuration only, okay. But here this 31XX and 21XX is giving something like, it has a feature that it is an all-in-one box along with a distributed option. Whenever you wanna distribute this option, this particular box divide into multiple, you can say console separate, event processor separate, and event collector separate, you can do that. But in 21XX you don't have that option. It is only all-in-one box. It doesn't have any mechanism called distributed environment. So now you got some meaning. You have now an idea of what is 21XX and what is 31XX. Like that, we will talk now about what is the deployment architecture in traditional installation. First and foremost, there is something called 31XX, that is all-in-one with distributed environment option. So over here, the 31XX can handle console, event and flow collection, event and flow processor, correlation, searches, as well as configuration. These is the basic criteria of any QRadar application, where all these can be do in one box. If you are thinking that it is having so much pressure on this all-in-one this particular box, you can distribute, you can cut from here to, from collector to till searches, you can change. That is what called 61XX. there is a box called 61xx you can use, as you can install separately in on your own hardware. You can also install like this in your own hardware also. 61xx, that may be 6101, 02, 03, xyz, but we are considering it is a 16xx. Whenever you are seeing something like 16 IBM 1605, whenever you see, this is by default it is an event processor. Which, what are the things that can do? It can do event collection, flow collection, event processor, flow processor, and correlation, and as well as searches. At this, sorry, it is only related to event, not flows. If you want 17, see there is something called 17xx, that is exclusively for flow processor. So you can do flow collection, flow processor, flow correlation, and these two will be again intercorrelate for every rule, and you can say every methodology. There are so many custom rule engines and anomaly rule engines which can correlate each and every time. And there is an option called 18xx again, that will be both combination of event processor as well as flow processor. What it will do, it will collect both events and flows, and even it can do processing of event and flow processor, single box. It will do something like event and flow correlation, and event and flow search, that is log search as well as network search. So once if you started from 31xx, if you are feeling that this box is handling so much of pressure on it, you can divide this into these, any one of these part are either you can use as a 16xx or 17xx, or both in a 18xx box. You can attach to this particular box. So we'll talk now about flows. What are the things that can be taken? So in a flow processor, basically it only collects up to the it will only collect something like net flows only. By default, flow collector can collect only net flows, that is up to layer 1 to layer 3 information. Okay, over here it will only collect layer 1 to layer 3 information by this particular flow processor, or you can say flow collector. But if you want to understand more than that, there is some other boxes called 12xx and 13xx, which is called 12xx is for copper, that is Ethernet, that is RJ45 port, that is you can tapping any one of your network device, that is it may be switch, it may be router, it may be something like. So you can tap and you can get the information of that particular network. There is something called 13xx, it is for fiber channel. So over here it will start getting the information of Q flows. There is something called, there is another version is called Q flows, J flows. Okay, this is the advanced level of flows, where you can get the information up to layer 5. Okay, up to layer 5, where you can get the information of what is that you can say what is the IP address, what is the port, what is the kind of traffic, whether it is a session oriented, sessionless oriented, what are the data that can be traveling throughout this. So you will get the information on 12xx as well as 13xx box. And if you want more information than that, there is a one box called 1920. This is exclusively separate box. These two are separate boxes. You can say it, you can install all these in one box, but these two are separate exclusively. It is, you have to add separate additionally this 12xx, 13xx and 1920. This 1920 is called QNI, that is QRadar Network Insights, where you will get the entire layer information, all starting from layer 1 to layer 7. If you start collecting the logs from this particular you start collecting flows towards through this particular network insight, it will get the all layer 1 to layer 7 information, where you will get the information of what is the application you are using, what are the password, it may be encrypted, it may be any usernames, what is the traveling over the network, those data. And if there are any hashes, you will get, if there are any you can say keys, you can say public keys, private keys, those keys that may be in encrypted mode, but the data will be shown. If it is not encrypted mode, if it is unencrypted mode, if it is a plain text is running, you will get the entire information, the communication between the client and server. You will can tap and you will get entire information of major, there are more than 47 properties that you can extract it from this particular QNI. Okay, so if you want see in a flow processor, in a queue flow, you can get up to the information, as I said, this is up to the information layer 5, QFlow and JFlow, and QNI is another product which you will get entire layer 7. Layer 7, this is up to layer 7, this is up to layer 5, and this is up to layer 3. That means it may give something like source IP, destination IP, and all. Okay, over here you will get something like source IP, destination IP, source port, destination port, and whether it is a TCP communication or a UDP communication, all the data, whether it is a connection is created or not, what kind of connection created, all those data will be shown through this particular flows. So this is something like flows. So if you go back to your event processor, you want something called event collector. See, there is some area where your logs are, see, some of your organization, one of your organization having a remote area where logs, that particular organization is may not to connect to internet very frequently. So it is having an on and off type internet connection, that is something like intermittent. So for example, I can take it as a ship. You can say, you can take any ship where it is going in a deep sea, where you may not get the internet connection, but the activity of entire ship, that logs, that you can say that logs, or you can say even in ship also, they used to have their own network. They used to have their servers for running the ships, to manage the you can say that softwares and all of ships and all. So I want to collect those logs. So that can also possible by using this 15xx. You can place some 15xx where you can get only event collection. From now what happens, there is a event process that you can add multiple event collectors. By default it is collecting some logs. By default, event process collects the log from various another log sources, but there is an option called, you can add some other 15xx box from where you can start collecting the logs, and you keep it ready as and when the event processor having a live connectivity, then it starts sending the logs to event processor. There is a feasibility of available, and there is something, sorry, there is something called data node. So this particular event processor, what it will do, it will also keep the data in the system itself. So in this particular system, there may be another SAN may be there, or you can say another area where it will do. So instead of that, you can place 14xx. It is something like, it is a free of cost module. So not a license is free, but component is not free. You can purchase, you can place here to all logs to be collected over here, and from here you can take out these searches. The searches can be made through data node. Why? Because it has its own processor and RAM, and at the same point of time, if you are having that entire data over here, it will be very helpful, and the processing and RAM capability can also used over here for as a search capability. You can say you can do multiple searches. If you are doing over here if you are doing some searches over here, it is also having a responsibility of collection, processing, as well as searches. So there may be a processing deprecation maybe happens. To avoid that, you can place a data node where you can take the searches. So like this, you have a various distribution environment. You can place multiple 15xx box, multiple 12xx box, multiple 19xx box, multiple flows, and you can say if there is a 16xx box, see, there is something called, there are multiple event processor is there. So you can place something like, you can keep here also 16xx, here also 16xx, and you can send it to one main, that is, you can say primary event processor, and the other will be something like slaves. So you first collect the log from various location. That may be you are placing some event processor at Canada, you can placing some event processor at US, something like, from where you are sending the entire logs to India of your network. So here the entire processing will again done at event processing at here, and it will send it to console for another level of providing your properties as a, you can say, meaningful information. It will show something like a meaningful information. So this is what the traditional installation. You can do all in one, all these boxes into one considerable, and logs will directly send to this all in one box. Other than this, you can extract this particular feature, something like collector, processor, correlation, searches from here, and you can keep it as a event processor, and out of which you can extract flow processor, and you can use both as a FP and EP. That is, from now onwards I will talk something like EP, FP. That is, EP is event processor, and EC is something like event collector, and QNI, that is QRadar network insights. So whenever I'll say there is a 16xx box, that means it is an event processor. Whenever I say that is 15xx box, it is a event collector. So these are the major distribution environment as well as all-in-one environment in your own hardware, or you can purchase as a see, when if you are installing some event processor in your own hardware, it is not mean that it is a 16xx box. If it is an appliance, if you are purchasing, then only it is a 16xx. Got it? If you are purchasing entire appliance along with the hardware and software, then you can consider this is a 31xx. Otherwise, you can also install in your own hardware. That is the facility is there, but it's up to you whether the suitable configuration. They used to recommend. See, IBM used to recommend you should have this much of configuration of processor, RAM, and so SAS storage with this kind of network. You can say speed you should be there, and this kind of component should be there. Then only this will give the optimum and even a maximum level of performance. So they will give the recommendations. If you want to install all-in-one in one box, then you can say if you want to install something like QRadar 7.4.2, the N-1 edition, you can say the latest version is 7.4.3. So you required minimum of 64 gigs of RAM, as well as it used to have a hexa-core processor, dual hexa-core processor you required. Something like, see, they will give some standardization for your component. So if you are having that component along in your organization, then it's well and good. You can use, else you can purchase something like this distribution environment, or you can say all-in-one environment like this. But this is a traditional installation, but it has some pros as well as cons. See, for this you required manpower to manage. Your entire requirement requires manpower. To either you need to configure, there is an error, you have to maintain some setup, or you can say there's a hardware failure, you have to take care. If there is a hardware loss is there, you have to provide something like HA configuration, that is high availability configuration. You need to take backup, you need to get, but the and it is cost, it is more cost. Is the price for this quite high. You require so much, but the configuration and all will be something like very much confidential even it is compared to any other option. So you can do any damn things on your system. This is one of the, and this will be something like is according, you can manage according to your organization. You can keep it and you can downgrade, you can upgrade, that is up to you. So there is a pros and there is a cons, but you require so much of administrators, you can say QRadar administrator in your environment to provide all these facilities. So there is something called other see, there is some other option is there is app node, where you can integrate multiple apps in all-in-one, as well as you can move the tabs to some other any, see, this is app node is something like, it's not a box, is not something. You can create any client machine, or you can say any Red Hat machine or a CentOS machine kept in your network, and you can use this as a app node. This is exclusively something like a client, something Linux client, where you can push entire your apps to this particular thing, where you can extract the searches from there. That's it. There is nothing specific. We will talk about app node. We will see how it looks like. Okay. So there is another mechanism called cloud installation. You can purchase cloud from any private vendor, that is AWS, Azure, vCentral. So there are so many cloud services they are providing. So how you will get there, you will get something like you will get some OS, or some, you can say some droplet, where you can get entire RDP session and all like that, where you can install your QRadar. But here there is one option is only available, that is console, EC and EP. I'm exclusively saying this is console, EC and API. Over here we are missing something called FP. We are missing here. This is, you won't install flow processor, or you can say flow collection, over cloud. Why? Because flows are something like, you can say, rapidly hit over the network. So they any cloud administration software won't allow you to send flows in their environment, so that there may be chances of flooding can be happens. So that's why they won't allow you to send any kind of network loss. So the drawback of this particular cloud installation is called, you can install for only log collection. Instead of that, it will work entire thing except flows. If you want to integrate something like networks, you can't integrate. You can purchase cloud with whatever hardware requirement is as a service, you can get it and you can integrate. You can only integrate logs specifically. This is a drawback. And there is something called QRoC as a service, where this is a multi-node option. You can integrate either of the way. See, QRadar is providing some QRoC application, that is IBM cloud, where there is something called data gateway is there. For their compatibility, they used to have their data gateway. This will encode everything. This will encode according to the IBM cloud. They will have a good communication with this data node along with this cloud. They can integrate for flow collection, event collection, console as good as our traditional. You can integrate both event as well as flows to a data gateway, and you can send it to QRadar. And you can integrate intranet, internet, and you can say geolocation one, any other location of logs and flows. You can integrate only flows of other geolocation. You can integrate SOC data to this particular QRoC. Whatever as you wanna do, like something like traditional installation, you can do. You can integrate on and off event collection, online event collection, on and off flow collection, online flow collection. You can integrate multiple. See, there is a EC where the data is directly collected over here, and there is a EC over here from intranet where it is collecting logs over here, and it will send to some data gateway. From here it is again send it to QRoC. That is possible. So there are so many ways in a QRoC. It is as good as a you can say traditional installation. The way you want to do, you can do. But the one problem is, as QRadar says, we have a very good security and all, but how much you are rely on QRadar, you can say IBM, that is the only issue. And the price, you need not to maintain any server anywhere except the data gateway. This is one of the box where you need to maintain this much only. The entire things we taken care by this IBM team. But the thing is here, the per day cost, it matters. It is so much of cost. So you need to be pay something like, see, for us, if we go back to our IBM, see, it is ready now. Earlier it was taking some time, now it is ready. If you're going to some this trial related issue, just click on manage. You will get, see, it will expire in 14 days. For standard, see, you can see this is a free trial, it is a 14 days. If you wanna purchase this, it is something like $800 per month for only a basic set of is a basic set. This is the only, you can integrate up to some 4,000 or 5,000 EPS only. To do those things, you need to pay something like $800. So it is, the price is quite high compared to traditional, but however you need to manage, you need to maintain, and over here the hardware and all you don't require. So there are some pros and cons on each and every area, but again it is a manpower, administration manpower is not required, that, but it is not cost effective. So you can manage your cloud. See, I can go back to IBM. See, this is mine. So you can manage, you can give this particular free cloud trial to other guys also. You can manage, you can assign aliases, whatever you want to give, or you can manage users. You can create another new user and you can install, you can go through that. See, by default I am by default this is the David John is a user and it is presently active. And if I want to give to some other guy, see, I want to create something like Vishnu and Vardhan, and something like Vishnu Raj 432007 at gmail.com. I can give, and as a administrator or a licensed user or something like, you can create for multiple users, you can submit. I think it won't accept why, because it is already suspended mail. I have tried many times, that's why it becomes suspended. Yeah, it is. You can also use this particular things. Okay. So at the same point of time, if you go back to your IBM, see how to work out. So just do this IBM start trial. I'll log out from here, then you can come to know how to log in once again. Till now we have added this particular 14 days trial here. So how to come back to this location? Again, you have to type something like IBM 14 days trial only. You will get again this link. Just click over here. Instead of start trial, you have to start trial. Instead of adding this one, you need to just log in. I have an already IBM ID. Just I will use that particular same user. I'll use that. I think it was the user. So this was the user. Just paste it. Type the password of yours. If you are interested, you can remember, that's up to you. So it will take you to that particular same session where you were there, QRoC trial. So it will bring back to same location where that QRoC is there. See, QRoC is there. Now just press launch. As you press the launch, so you will get something like SASC QRadar trial. This is your ID. This is QRoC ID, and this is software as a service. You are providing a 14 days, and I don't think it is required now. It is no more required. But if you want to again go for a 14 days trial, after this 14 days, you can create again, and you can use same process by using temp mail, another temp mail. Will require some time. Yeah, it's doing background works. See, your QRadar is ready according to your requirements. A small QRadar user interface is ready for the sake of you. You just go for a tour guide. You have analysis how to do those things. We will talk about this. See over here, you will get something like, see, just click over here and check the user preferences. See, now you are something like, this is your email and you are logged into this profile. Okay, and there are some activities. Again, you will not get that network activity. See, there is nothing like network activity. But if I go and see in my where it is switched on, it's not switched on. As I said, as it is a only 14 days trial edition, you will get only a basic view of dashboard, offenses like log activity, assets, reports and admin. We will talk about each and every tab in a following coming sessions, what is what. And there is something called experience center. Over here you can upload your logs to QRadar. How to upload your logs? See, if you have any set of logs, you can upload your logs. You can play logs. You can play logs, something like, there are so many logs are available. See, there are so many logs. You can just press next and next and just finish. Now it started. Now if you see in a log activity, don't force. See, you start getting some data. See, Linux Red Hat 1, you are getting some data. So this is something called Experience Center. You can do threat simulation. You can analyze your logs by using upload your logs. There are some useful links. See, okay. See, there are some guide. See, by default it is giving some videos. You can read and you can understand what is what, and you can see how to do parsing, stored and unknown event comes, then what is the searches, how to do the search and all. This is basically to have a see basic idea of what is QRadar, how to do those things. So at the same point of time, if you are unable to install your home lab, you can whenever I say something, you can come here and you can visualize those things. See, if I wanna do something like a log activity, if I say something like I will save the search some criteria by using some ad filter, you can do over here, you can fill it, and at the same point of time you can create your dashboard, and it will be remain for the 14 days. It will be remain saved condition. Whatever you will do, the entire things will be saved. Then if I create new dashboard, something Vishnu, it will be ready and kept it for the sake of you at any point of time. If at all I log out, then also if I come back, this Vishnu will be remains here. It is not like it is only temporary. For the 14 days, it will be work as a normal QRadar with all facilities, with a log facilities only, not network facility. Now if you wanna relog in, see, I am relogging. In this was the this was again QRadar, and if you see dashboard, it will be remains there only. See, Vishnu is which I have changed. The same thing will be remain here. Once you if you see here, it will expire on October 8th. Once after 8th October, you cannot access, though you may have changed so much of configuration and all, it will be vanished after 8th. So that's the only thing you can do with this particular QRadar free trial, which is quite easy and quite useful. If you are not having that lab at your home, you can utilize this as a lab. But again, it will be only for 14 days. For another 14 days, you just create another mail like this. See, as I have so many mails. See, this one is one thing, this one is one thing. Like that, you can create and you can utilize for your practice purpose. At least you can do so much of practice over here instead of creating your home lab. And it is quite fast compared to your home lab. See, your laptop or your desktop may not have 32 gigs of, or you can say 64 gigs of RAM, or you may and may not have that workstation and all. But instead of purchasing cloud and all, it is better to move on to something like QRock as a free trial, and you can learn the things quite easy. So this is the way to integrate your something like QRadar free trial. Got it? Any doubts towards your QRadar free trial? Quite easy. Just type something like IBM QRadar 14 days trial. That's it. And you just need to, I'll close once again all this, then only we can come to know. See, once I type something like IBM 14 days trial, that's it. The first link, that is IBM community QRadar trial. You will get this page. Just start your trial. Once started, if you have already you sign up with this account with the basic information, where you need to give only email, which you can take it from tempmail.org, which is quite easy. Again, Here also there's an option, you can change, refresh and delete the particular email, and you can keep your own. You can also keep your own if you want to keep, change or delete the particular mail, this particular thing also. And you can copy to clipboard, and you can do so many see, this is I whatever I felt, this is one of the easiest and safest temp mail I felt till now. Followed by, you have to sign up with the basic information. You give, it's not mandatory you give your own names and all. I give something like David John always, and I give some admin at 12345 all the time, and I used to change the state, and I press next followed by verify email, and it will be ready something like I'll save it, it's okay. Something like this. At the start this particular launch will not be highlighted. After some point of time, it will give it will say something like it will be activated in another 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So sometimes it may take a half an hour, but after half an hour it will be something like it will show, it will be highlighted something launch. Once you get this, you just press launch, and you will get that particular trial, and it will be available for 14 days. At the same point of time, this is the architecture. QRadar architecture is an application where how you can install, what are the components that are there to install basically. This is the hardware based components, you can say services. You can install as like this. So over here you can install physical, virtual, cloud. So in physical also they will provide, that's IBM company itself, it is provide one appliance, or else you can install your own hardware. There is an option called virtual. Again, they will provide it both virtual in appliance as well as own hardware, and you can keep only file from them, and you can install in your own hardware. You can use your vCenter, or there are so many virtual Red Hat virtualization or something. You can use those virtual software, vCenter, or there are ESXi. There are so many virtual option is there that you can use. And at the same point of, there's a cloud facility. You can also install in your private cloud as well as your QRoC, that is QRadar on the cloud. So these many facilities are there, and at the same point of time, you can install all in one box, simple single box if your organization is very small and it is at one location. At the same point of time, if you are having so many data centers in your entire world, you can say entire country, there are so many data centers, and you are thinking that this event collect should be not hampered, or you can say traffic congestion should not be there in between. So you can keep event collectors at one point, and you can start sending those to event processor at a separate time. You can do that, or even you wanna install event collector and you can send it to some live communication. You can do that. There are so many things. See, as like this, there are so many ways you can do as a distributed environment, and at the same point of time, you can use this cloud infrastructure, and as well as QRoC service. So this is guys today's class regarding the architecture, as well as you can say how to install that 14 days trial, so that it will be useful for another further classes, so that it will be very helpful to handle the UI interface, that is user interface, where I'll keep on telling tabs, what is a dashboard, how to install dashboard, how to change the dashboard, how to configure, modify, and what are the things that can be added to that particular dashboard and all. We will talk about log activity, offense management, rules creation and all. So how to do those things we will discuss in further classes. Okay, so that's all for the day guys. You people have any doubts, you can ask.
Hi Vishnu.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to ask. This is a 14 days free trial, but
Yeah,
if I want to install on my local PC, so
you can see that there's a tomorrow, there's Monday's class, that is not tomorrow's class, there's Monday's class. We will have that class also, how to install a community edition in your home lab. That is another session that is exclusively available. How to do that? How to VM? There is a VM available. How to install that VM in both virtual machine as well as virtual box simultaneously. I will show you, as I have two
Okay.
facilities. I have the workstation as well as laptop. I will install both the thing simultaneously. What are the things that can be taken care? Something like pre and post installation changes and all. We will discuss. No worries. That is what, see,
Okay.
that is the syllabus is there. So in the
Hmm.
syllabus I explain the same thing in cloud. Instead of cloud, I will show in your home lab. See, purchasing home cloud, I don't refer, basically I don't prefer, and I don't refer anyone to purchase a cloud. Instead of purchase, or you can say cloud, you can upgrade your if you are having a very good set of laptop and all, you can better to go and upgrade your RAM and all. Basically, you require more RAM to upgrade, run your Curador. You require minimum 16
Yeah.
GB of RAM. So I'll
Yeah.
always recommend guys to use, instead of purchasing, or you can say take a rent on 1 month or 2 months Curador. It's better. I'll recommend you people to upgrade your laptop. Something like, if you are having a very good laptop, if you are having 8 GB or something, you can upgrade to 16 GB. If it is upgradable to 32 GB, it is something like you need to pay something like 6,000 to 8,000 to at least upgrade. At the same point of time, you are going to take a rent on 1 month or 2 months, it will be same cost, something like 4 to 5,000 will go. So it is better. I
Hmm.
prefer you purchase to
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
A good system actually.
Yeah,
32 GB RAM.
yeah, then it's quite
Uh.
good. I'll
Hmm.
explain the same thing. So then I'll tell you how to download that Curador trial, at least first, such communication. Just type IBM Curador, so that it will be a live session on Monday. You can also install simultaneously. See, that is community edition. That is community edition. Just download. Sorry.
So that community edition is not for 14 days, right?
Not for 14
We.
days. It is for lifetime. See, community edition is something like
Yeah. 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 Okay.
that is for lifetime. But the condition is, it is only, it will have only 50 EPS. That is 50 events per second. It will process only 50 events per second. So if you
Okay.
start
EPS is
integrate,
less.
the EPS is very less. See, we will talk about architecture when we are talking about. See, while installing our that home lab, we will talk about architecture, component architecture, where we will see what is a
Hmm.
component, what are the components that I see, what is the console, what is the flow collector, how flow collector works, how event collector works, how flow processor works, how event processor works. What is the, there are so many inside, there are so many tabs available. We will talk about what
Hmm.
is the functionality. So once we talk
Okay.
about the functionality, you will get the entire idea about what is Curador actually, how it looks like. So in
Okay.
one day, you will get the basic idea of what is Curador, of
Hmm.
extreme in terms of all hardware as well as functional level. So once you got that idea, so there is no issue. We will talk about EC, EP, PS and all now. Once you started learning, so we will correlate everything. There is something called, there are databases available. What is the meaning of the database? What is the indexing? What is the correlation, aggregation? There are so many things. See, we will talk each and every aspect. See, each and every level we will talk, we will discuss, we will I will explain each and every component deeply. No issues. uh,
Okay. Okay.
uh, so just type something like Curador communication download, CE download. You will get first link only, that is Curador CE community edition. Again, just download that same login ID which you will create for that particular 14 days trial will help out you here to download that. It is automatically taking me to that particular link directly, as I have already logged in to this particular Curador trial. So it is automatically taken to me to that particular session. Download it and keep it something like, either you keep virtual machine. I recommend virtual machine. You can say VM workstation, or you can download VirtualBox as you wish. Just download here. Just download it, as well as along with this. This is the OVA format. This is Open Virtual Appliance. So it will install only in either virtual machine or a VirtualBox. You download either virtual machine or VirtualBox to make sure that it will be ready and available, so that we'll do on the same thing on Monday. People, those who wants to install along with me, so just download this link, this one. Okay, just type in this particular Google, just type IBM QRadar Community Edition download. That's it. You will
Oh,
take
VM
you.
workstation I have.
Yeah, if you have VM workstation, that is well and good. So I will also explain the same thing in VM workstation only, but I will explain
Mhm.
along with the side. I will also explain in VirtualBox. Okay. So some people may interested towards VirtualBox. What are the things that can be taken care of? They're almost similar, but the way of approach is different. That's it. Got it.
Okay.
So any other
Okay.
doubts, guys?
No.
Oh,
No.
thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's all for the day, guys. If you have any
Yeah.
doubts, you can text me or you can send a WhatsApp. You can throw a mail or something like. Atul, you require something else you are sorry, Pradeep. You asked some requirement. You did not mail anything. Okay, guys. If you have any doubts, you can throw a mail on my mail ID or you can say WhatsApp as we have a group. So we can discuss in classes, no issues. So we'll meet on Monday. So at the same point of time, we will discuss the same thing. See how many of them is there? Okay, okay. Simi has gone. Okay, no issues, guys. So any doubts again?
No.
Okay. Okay, guys, you people may leave the session now.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Good night to all,
Thank
and
you.
have a
Good
good
night.
weekend and
Yeah. You too.
enjoy the weekend.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye bye. అమ్మ దొంగ 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 ఆగు ఒక్క నిమిషం తీసుకుంటా
అక్క అక్క అక్కడ చెప్పు అక్క బాయ్ బుల్లెట్ బండి ఎట్లా వేస్తుందా
ఇచ్చేసి. ఏయ్, దొంగ దొంగ పిల్ల దొంగ పిల్ల దొంగ అమ్మో 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 దొంగ అమ్మ దొంగ Good evening once again. I hope. Good evening once again. I hope. Good evening.